Mark.
Thank you, Marty. I met our Tim Cupit at our state meeting a couple of years ago, but I really didn't get to know he or his wife Becky until last year. And he approached me and said, Mark, I want to come talk to your camp about our state meeting. I said, well, I knew he lived in Brandon. And I said, well, Tim, I said, man, that'll take 3.5 hours drive. I want to come talk to your camp. I said, well, you know, you don't have to get off work early, man, and get up there. We start around 6 o'clock. I want to come to your camp. I said, well, man, you know what time it's going to take 3.5 hours. You go get home, have to work the next day. He said, third time, I want to come to your camp. And I said, April the 5th, 2012. And he's a great SCV member, and I don't know any more. What I can tell you is that he and his wife are great people, and we're just glad to have him here. Tim Cupit, he is also the he's also his camp commander at the Rough and Ready in Brandon, Mississippi. I want to recognize Tim Cupit. Give him a hand.
Well, I tell you, if every camp had a meeting like this, we would be in really good shape. Amen. Now, I've been to probably 30-something camps. I've lost count. But this is one of the largest turnouts, and, well, some of the best food, too. But, I wanted to come here tonight to give you an invitation to the Mississippi, the 117th, not the 50th, 40th, 75th, the 117th annual reunion of the Mississippi Sons of Confederate Veterans. It's our convention. We're just hosting. And speaking of hosting a state convention, y'all look like you can put some people in some seats, and you ought to start thinking if that's something that this camp might want to do. It's going to be Pearl next year. The year after that will be Corinth, and then we're open for the year after that. Earl McCowan is the head of the Time and Place Committee, and really, you can't get a camp that has 5 members showing up at a meeting to host a camp meeting. Our average attendance is around 30, and I wish it was like this, but it's not. The camp, well, let me start by saying, one of the things I wanted to show you about putting the convention in perspective. This is going to be in everybody's bag that comes to the convention and registers for the convention. It says the 117th reunion of the Mississippi Division Sons of Confederate Veterans, the 18th reunion of the Mississippi Society Order of the Confederate Rose, July 8th and 9th, 2012 in Brandon, Mississippi. May all our endeavors be pleasing to God. This is our New Testament King James Version. That's going to be in every bag, and if everything that we do isn't in line in God's eyes, then we're in trouble. So. What would get a son of a Confederate veteran off the couch and quit watching Big Brother and Idol and all this other stuff long enough to come to the convention? There's nothing wrong with watching all that. That's what you want to do. June 8th and 9th, we will have our state convention in Brandon, Mississippi on a Friday. In the past, there's been different conventions. They'll eat birthday cake, leave. They'll do something else. One of the people that was complaining about that was him sitting right over there, Mr. Marks. Why don't they have a speaker Friday? Why is there anything to do around here? Where are we going? What are we doing? Well, we're having a Civil War relic show. An interactive Civil War relic show. It's not just people selling items. We're going to have a cannon crew outside to teach people as the Boy Scouts start coming in, the people from the city. We're doing everything from the flyers, handing it out, to the next sign up is the yard sign that goes in the corners of the intersections. The banners that go up at the major intersections. We're going to be doing radio ads. We're going to be doing newspaper ads. We're going to do everything, free publication that I can find, it's gonna be in. And I want 3 or 4 or 5, I want 1,000, 2,000 people coming to the interactive Civil War relic show where they can come in and see a Civil War surgeon with his dressed out, with all the tools that he had available to him then, the medicines that they had available. I want to make sure, it is 7:22. Let's just say I started at 7:20. And I want to make sure I'm punctual and get out of here on time. You'll go next, the public will have the opportunity to research their genealogy. We'll have a genealogist on hand. A lineage sheet. They'll be able to leave with that, bring it back, and it's like the bird that you let go. If he don't come back, he wasn't yours. He brings that lineage sheet back with filled out with his ancestors on it, he's yours. I mean, he wants to join, he wants to be a part of our historical organization. So that's what we're going to open up to the public. And these people are going to be coming to our convention in the same room and seeing how we conduct business and conduct ourselves, not in our business meeting, but they're going to see that we're not a bunch of hooligans out waving rebel flags around a bonfire in the middle of a cow pasture somewhere. We're actually good members of this community. We're the ones out picking the trash up on the side of the road. We're the ones helping the garden club with their fundraisers. We're right beside the other historical societies working in the cemeteries. And the city fathers and everything see that. So, you know, it's not hard for me to go in and ask for a letter from the mayor of Brandon welcoming the Sons of Confederate Veterans to Brandon, Mississippi. They know who we are. The Rankin County Chamber of Commerce welcoming the Sons of Confederate Veterans. I mean, if you've never been out in the public and tried to sell an ad in a convention program for the Sons of Confederate Veterans, here, everybody knows, everybody's heard. You get out in the public, they've never heard of us. It seems like we're our best kept secret. We have a letter from personally signed by all the supervisors in Rankin County. So I'm not ashamed of it. You shouldn't be ashamed of what we stand for. There's a line that separates us from all the neo, whatever you want to call it, groups out there. And I'm telling you, we're on the right-hand side. So Friday, we're going to have the Civil War Relic Show. We're going to feed everybody that comes. Barbecue, and not finger sandwiches, actual food with desserts, tea, and everything. So when you drive the 250 miles it takes to get to Brandon, which is, by the way, what I just did, and I didn't want to come and ask you to come to the state convention without coming myself. I mean, I'm willing, I'll do it. And so when you come, we're going to feed you that night. You don't have to spend that $40 or $50 taking your family out to eat. We're going to feed you. We're going to feed all the vendors for the Civil War Relic Show. We're going to have a speaker Friday night. 15 minutes. No long-winded people. And I don't want any lectures going on. So 15 minutes, and then she's out of there. But she's actually the great-great-granddaughter of A.J. France, who ran the newspaper in Brandon, Mississippi. When the Yankees occupied Brandon, he took his printing press out of the swamp, kept right on rolling, never missed an edition. That was his contribution to the war. And later on, or after that on Friday, we're going to close out by singing Dixie a cappella, no music. Then we're going to have the band close us out because, by the way, we're going to have period music there too. Not only one band, but there's going to be several musicians there playing for us. Saturday morning, the Relic Show will be open from like 6 to 8 or 9 for just the members. Everybody, we're kicking everybody out but the members at 9 o'clock. That starts our business meeting from 9 to 12. Memorial service on June the 8th is 97 degrees outside, 98% humidity. We're going to do the memorial service inside Saturday morning right after the business meeting. And so the Relic Show will open back up to the public from 12 to 5. And after that, if you hadn't bought a banquet ticket, you got to go. And that's all the vendors, all the Relic Show people, all the people that aren't going to stay for the banquet that night. We've got Mr. Walt Grayson speaking Saturday night. We're gonna have a buffet style meal, something similar to that, except I went to the national convention to see how they run things. And I learned a little bit, some things I didn't like. I will incorporate those things into this convention. I paid $30 for and when I got to my table, I had a turkey wrap. The green wrap. It was a turkey wrap, $30 with the spinny noodle things. What do you call it? Pasta salad. And I'm telling you, you'll come to this convention, you're going to pay $30 for dinner that night, but it's going to be fried chicken. It's going to be fried catfish. It's going to be all the trimmings to go with that. It's going to be somebody slicing prime rib at the end. And so I'm telling you that it's good food. You won't go away hungry. And we're going to have state awards. We're going to have awesome door prizes. The door prizes, I'm thinking it's going to hit somewhere around the $2,000 mark. And I'm hoping. So we're pushing for it. If I start at 7:20, it's 7:27. That's 7 minutes on the convention. Were there any questions about the convention? It's going to be awesome. That's what I think. I want to have enough people there that we can impress. Not only meet everybody around the state, find speakers to come up here. That's how you network. I told you the other day. I handed most of you my card. If you need help in Brandon, Mississippi, you have a friend down there. Matter of fact, you've got 60 of them at our camp that would help any one of you in trouble down there. And that's what you do. That's what you're a part of something larger. And if I was up here and broke down, hey, oh Mark, whoever's number I had, y'all fix and get a call. And yes, sir.
What do you have on the table that you might want to show us later? Will we come up later or what?
Speaking of the convention, I'm going to have a bag of goodies for you. Goodies, I can't think of another word. But it's not trinkets. It's not little bottle caps that I found on the ground or something. It's not shiny objects. It's literal, I mean, cool stuff that you're going to have in the bag for you. More than $30 worth of stuff is going to be in your bag. This is a gun lock from Project Child Safe. It's got the plastic coating on the outside. You got your pistol by your bed, in your truck, and you got your kids around it. There it is. Lock it up. And that was donated by the Rankin County Sheriff's Department, by the way. I go to all of them. I don't care. I'm not scared of them. We're gonna, in your bag, you're gonna have a map of the Civil War. This is a map of the state of Mississippi. Everybody's going to get a map of every battle that was fought in Mississippi, and that's going to be in your bag. This is explanations of different things like the ruins at Windsor, the Beauvoir, and it gives some perspectives from both sides. But yes, I'm going to get to the table during my talk. So now that's 9 minutes on the convention. I'm going to move on. My talk tonight is hopefully going to be 21 minutes. It's going to be 20 minutes now. It's 7:30. Tips from around the state. Open and closing with prayer. Y'all are one of the best camps I've ever been to, I promise. And so y'all do most of this. You've already got things covered. I'm just telling you, I've been to camps that don't, and they're not organized, and they needed a little direction, so I tried to put a list together. Now, opening and closing with prayer. Again, the first thing I said, if you don't have the good Lord on your side, you're in trouble. And I'm not one to go in and witness to a non-believer and tell them, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. But I can tell you, it is a witness when you open and close with prayer. You never know who's got something on their heart that just they need to be around other Christian people. They need to be around other people that have faith. And that's what needs to be a part of us. Taking minutes. Y'all got it covered. You got it. The man read them from last month. When Bubba comes up and says, wait, why haven't we spent that $500 we voted on 5 months ago? We voted 22, 23 to do it. And no, Bubba, we flip over here to page 40, and there it is. We voted 23 to 22 against it. Bubba's wrong, and that's why you need to take a minute. I can't remember what I had for lunch yesterday, so don't. I need minutes, and I need it in writing. So, and people he give you an opportunity to change the minutes if you thought something was wrong, if something was misspelled. I went to a camp that everybody at the thing, they had an agenda for the day, and the minutes were on the back side. That's what we do at our camp. Everybody has a chance to look over it so they can correct the spelling, because a lot of people spell their names funny, and they can correct us on that. An agenda. That's just for the whoever's running the meeting, but if you put the agenda out there, the people can follow it. if they had a question, they can bring it up at that time, and it helps move things along. I don't like getting stuck. If you want to sit there and argue about something, you become the chairman of that committee. And we will table that for a later day. You go out and drink coffee and you argue about it, you fight about it, and Bubba can bring that back to the body in the form of a motion. Then everybody votes on it. And that's how you keep things rolling and not get bogged down with a bunch of whatever in front of guests and your wives and children and everything else. So it's a really good idea. I saw it happen, and they've tried to do it at our camp. Nope, we got to move on. Got to keep going. I've been talking for 2 minutes on this talk, by the way. A newsletter. Do y'all have a newsletter? Yes. That is one of the best tools a camp can have. Most of the camps don't have a newsletter. They don't do anything. They leave he hit the nail on the head. The SCV is not just about coming here to meeting one night. You have to live it. If people knew how many hours and how much money I spend on our camp, just our camp, I don't ever want a national or state level, really. I'd kill myself, I believe. But I mean, it's just every day there's something to do. And
absolutely. Amen, brother.
so when you leave this thing, think about what you can do to help the camp. One of my favorite things, ask the commander if he needs some help. Commander, what can I do to help this camp?
We can find something.
You remember the old picture things that you take out of your wallet and they go boop, 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 like this? That's the list he's got. Everybody can find something to do. You can make coffee. You can do this. You can. There's 100 of them. Nope, not going to answer you. A lineage sheet. If you've never seen a lineage sheet before, the wind probably blew it off. But a lineage sheet starts with yourself, your parents, your grandparents, your great-grandparents. That's what you need to have available to somebody and to research their ancestors. The biggest thing, and I've got it here somewhere, I've got a sign-in form. It would really be nice if y'all would sign in so I could send you our newsletter. But when you're out in the public setting up at the different, a current day or a Shiloh or somebody else, have a sign-in book, a sign-in page, get them to sign up for your newsletter. That's their permission for you to get back in touch with them via the email with your newsletter. Once they see you're not a bunch of kooks, a year, 2 years, they're going to come to your meeting and say, man, I like this. I want to be a member. Where's that lineage sheet at that y'all gave me 2 years ago? And but the biggest thing that you did was you got his contact information and you didn't give up. He cared enough to sign up for the newsletter. He wants to join, but he has too many things going on. And the opportunity, while he's taking care of his great Aunt Betsy that's bedridden and this and that, he's got stuff going on, but it'll soon clear up where he does have the opportunity to come. And they can see your consistency with the newsletter, what you do in the community, that it's positive, 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 everything we do. And set up in events, have free stuff. You can order the things from corporate, IHQ, like the fake money with you're giving money away to people, adults, kids, whoever, but has a history lesson on the back of it. So again, positive, 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 everything you do. We've got money, we made up some bumper stickers at our camp that we give out when we set up. A U.S. flag and a Mississippi flag. And that's not made in China, made in Rankin County, by golly. That's what these colors won't peel off your car in 2 months. And mini balls. I know, yes, I made them. I bought the lead. I bought the smelting pot. I spent the time sitting there pouring these crazy things. But the tie-in to Mississippi history is the bullet mold that I poured them out of was an original mold that come from a Yankee soldier that didn't make it out of Vicksburg. So, and that's the tie-in to Mississippi history. And when they pull it out of their pocket when they go home, the thump, they hear it hit the bedside, the drawer by your bed. Well, where did I get that from? SCV. Oh yeah, I've got a business card. They sent me a newsletter last month. Yep, so he knows how to get back in touch with you. But really, you've got to get their information. They can tell you whatever while they're there talking to you and they're all excited about it. But if you don't get their information, you never see them again. 1 out of 1,000 will come back. You've got to have a way to get back in touch with them. Good food, you got that covered. Visiting other camps. I know y'all visit other camps. People don't realize how important that is. Bringing Civil War history to other civic organizations. You got the Lions Club, the Rotary Club, the historical societies. All those people, if they're from Mississippi, they like history, they want to do good things in the community, they're people that you can pull from to do projects. You help them with a project, next thing you know, we're doing one. How about sending 2 or 3 guys over here? It works. Involve the wives and children. Good gracious. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I mean, the women that are here, he talked about if you had a member if everybody got a member this year, you double your audience. You double your membership. If everybody brought their wife or their girlfriend or whatever, you double your audience that way too. Not only do you double your audience that way, you double the number of uncles you know, the number of brothers, the number of cousins, the number of granddaddies, daddies. The women have guys in their family. That's your tie-in to people that enjoy history, that can back up what their husband's doing. He's just not a redneck. It's a good organization to be a part of. And you ought to come visit. And so it works. And the women are a large part of a camp, and a camp without kids, that's no good either. I saw a camp write a letter, so the guy that just got his certificate. Say he's a new member, he just joined. 2 weeks from now, this other camp would send a letter to him, giving him all the contact information for the officers, welcome him into it, tell him a little bit about what you do, and had his membership card and whatever. That's touching a new member after he's gone away from the meeting. It's more than the meeting, but you're starting to teach or tell them that it's more, and you need to be out there doing something else besides just going to the meeting. But don't forget, the meetings are important, but that's not the only thing we do. And before the meetings, you're talking about those jobs that you are looking for. Call, you need to be emailing everybody. You need to call them if possible. You need to text them. Facebook, my book, your book, whatever it is that you can do to get in touch with somebody before the meeting and let them, at least give them the opportunity to say, I know about it, but I'm really going to go fishing. I don't care. Make them say no. Make them remember. I can call guys and they say, it's not a meeting this week. It's not a trick. It's the same time every month, same place. And I don't know why they don't come. So 7:40. That means I've been talking for 20 minutes. I'm going to end this thing in 30 minutes. I'm going to try to be on time. A sign-in form for here. Bubba changed his phone number. I can't get in touch with him. Why? Well, how about let's look. He was at the last meeting. Let's look at the sign-in form that everybody did. There's his new number. I can't get in touch with him because he cut his landline off. He turned on a cell phone. Bubba's mobile now. And or he moved. Get his new address. It'll be on the sign-in form that everybody signs in every time. So you're keeping up with your membership, as well as that one guy you met 2 years ago. He finally come to a meeting. He was kind of shy and whatever. He won't come back unless you call him. He left you his information. It was on the sign-in form. Why didn't anybody call that guy? Or those are jobs that you come up with as a camp. Business cards. Yeah, I give everybody here a business card. It's never 1 out of 1,000 people will come back from a business card. It's you getting their information that seems better. And then you're going to have these crazy people that come up to you. Well, what do y'all do? What do you do? What is this? This is Confederate flags? What are you, Nazis? Calm down, little fella. I'll tell you what we do. Why don't you take a look at our scrapbook that we did for the past 2-3 years? I said, if you got 1,000 pictures, if a picture's worth 1,000 words, you know, 100 pictures, that's 100,000 words. Look, Matt's already done it for you, it's right here. And hand it to them. Then it shuts them up because now they're sitting there turning, they're seeing how much work you put into this. Not only the work you put into the scrapbook, but my goodness, the work you did, that the pictures and everything that went into it, it's just, it's 100,000 words. And, so it speaks for itself. Make sure that you file them with the IRS each year. If you miss it 3 years, you lose your 501c3 status under the national umbrella. So that's just a tip from Tim. You know, not to be ashamed of anything. This Civil War map was put out by the state of Mississippi. They're not ashamed of the sesquicentennial happening. The stamps, first edition stamps. These are a sesquicentennial thing that's put out by the U.S. Postal Service, which is a history lesson and from the federal government. They're not ashamed of it. They know what happened. And when you get around other people that enjoy history, you find things like this. That's a picture of the Jackson Police Department in 1914. Had to take a picture with their new hats on. This is the first year they had their new hats. Because, you know, the other hats had the spikes on the top of them and they looked like Germans. We were, you know, entering World War I. Had to do away with the spikes on top of the helmet. These are things you learn and can tie in that next generation away from the Civil War, tie it right back into the Civil War in history. Brandon has a monument in downtown. It's a Confederate soldier looking west toward Vicksburg. And it's on every city seal. It's, I mean, they know what happened. They know it's there. They know who put this up. It was the UDC that put it up for the Confederate veterans. And that's a picture of it going up in 1907. That's the next generation doing for that generation that fought in the war. And now we're another generation away from it, tying all the generations together all the way back to the Civil War. It works. When you go around and meet other camps, who's the gazillionaire author? John Grisham from Mississippi. I met his brother, Mark Grisham. Yep, Mark Grisham. He knows his Confederate ancestors and wrote a book about it. Wrote a book about the Civil War. That means John Grisham knows his Confederate ancestors, and you know, might be nice to. Well, anyway, a map of the city of Jackson. If any of you's been around Jackson any at all, you've heard of Fortification Street. It's named Fortification Street because that was the Confederate fortifications defending Jackson, and during the Civil War. And you start showing people that, and it brings them around to where they should be anyway. And everybody got a registration form. If you would consider coming to your state convention, we're trying if you ever want to be humble, go into a business in front of people you've never seen before and ask them to buy an ad for the Sons of Confederate Veterans Convention program, because, you know, we're trying to help the community. Sons of who? I've been told everything from, you need to get out of my store, to, boy, come on back here, let me show you this cannonball I found when I was climbing up there. And so, I mean, I've met some really good people, and I'm telling you, they're actually buying ads in our convention program. They enjoy history. They don't have the time to do it. But hey, let me cut you a $100 check, and you get out there and do the work. But I need to get back to fixing my cars or whatever I'm doing. And I would like to get everybody up on stage, but at the end of the meeting, if possible, I'd like to take a picture of the largest camp meeting that I've been to so far, and to go in our scrapbook, because we'll be competing against you. By God. Does everybody have a door prize ticket?
The red one.
I wanted to wrap my talk up in 30 minutes, and I've got 4 minutes left. I was going to give away a few door prizes. The first 2 door prizes I wanted to give away were the 2 maps of the state of Mississippi. Really, really well done by the state of Mississippi. And the first 2 winners of this map of the state of Mississippi, all the battlefields, 422, and 423. 422.
Bingo.
Yeah.
You said it was.
Hey, what? They must have come in together, 422 and 423.
I believe that's rigged.
That has to be rigged. Let me
Like a Democrat
shuffle
election.
these things a little bit better.
Glenn would have been here. That's right. You wouldn't have had that.
I wanted to give away a set of bumper stickers. Again, made in the USA, Mississippi, and the US. I have people like, where's my battle, where's your rebel flag at? Well, if you're calling it a rebel flag, maybe you need to do more work. It's a battle flag, it's a naval jack, it's a this, it's a first, it's a second, it's a third, it's a Bonnie Blue. The first thing I did when I pulled in Ripley this evening, I pulled up at the sheriff's department down there. He had a Bonnie Blue flag on the front of his deputy car. And I was like, huh. I wanted to ask him if I started telling him I like that Dallas Cowboys star on the front of the car.
He is a member of our camp.
He's a member of y'all's camp. And I was like, yeah, I'm a member of Sons of Confederate Veterans. I give him my card, give him a couple bumper stickers, and they're like, well, I am too. Is our meeting tonight? I was like, yeah, I'm your speaker. But the winner of this is 438. The bumper stickers. 438. The mini balls. Who has the mini balls going around? There's one right here. That's a 69 caliber, by the way, and that would leave a mark. You tell people wonder why they did so many amputations and everything. You can imagine something like this hitting your bone and just shattering it. They can't hardly fix that nowadays and have to cut your arm off. Back then, they didn't have anything to work with. They were using medicines like periwinkle weed and stuff like that. It just didn't work. The two mini balls. 431. And good deal. I trust you. And 427.
Oh, we got it. 427.
Look at that. Could you pass that over there?
Yes, sir.
That is 427.
All right. I've got one more. The grand prize tonight is another very well done book. If you've never read this, it's the Vicksburg campaign. And it's not about the city of Vicksburg, it's the entire campaign. Sherman is getting beat up in the swamp. Them trying to come in. They couldn't take Vicksburg. I mean, they better be glad they ran out of food because they'd have left them laying all over the place. But this gives you a driving tour even. You don't even have to get out of your air conditioner. This tells you who was against who. It gives you coordinates from the GPS. It has a map in the back that's detailed, and really well done. It's a driving tour, and that's my grand prize tonight. Probably worth $250,000. I don't know. I know they put a lot of money into it and a lot of time, and the winner is 442.
Right here.
Good gracious! I don't have to walk far. Well, in closing, I wanted to tell you, I want to read you a poem I found in an old bookstore. 7:51, that means I'm at 31 minutes, even with door prizes. Maybe you'll let me go with the door prizes. My poem is, Can You Say? It was written at St. Joseph's Hill Infirmary at Eureka, Missouri. Can you say in parting with the day that's slipping fast, that you've helped a single person of the many you have passed? Is a single life rejoicing over what you did or said? Does someone whose hopes were fading now with courage look ahead? Did you waste the day or lose it? Was it well or poorly spent? Did you leave a trend of kindness or a scar of discontent? As you close your eyes in slumber, do you think that you would say, you have made the world much better for the life you've lived today? Thank you.